was not returned.
Sodium chloride.
Amazing how these rhymes all bang bang, no chitty chitty. I'm nitty gritty, wherever I am, my city with me. This knowledge cost me and Coney got a pretty penny. I'm open for business, serving late, I'm kinda like a Denny's. Should check the chemistry, y'all blowing smoke, I'm smelling Reggie. My flow is deadly, I'm sending MCs to Tom Petty. I'm in your bitch's bikini bottoms and I'm ready. My metaphors will break your jaws, Ed, and Eddie. I got the mind of an elephant who's never forgetting. I'm popping trunks in these streets, it's fucking Armageddon. Flows connecting, microphone is my weapon. And I kick it like a miracle, spit verse like a reverend. About to take the mob to the top like Frank Nitty. Out of pocket rhymers get stopped and knocked silly. Ain't you think that rhymer was hot? Not really, and unless you got the Blanco involved, it's not Millie's. Yo, I'm not a fan of police, getting caught not an option. Ideally depart him from here to Boston like Billy Costa. Get my style cosmic, fly to the moon, I'm Frank Sinatra. Making shots at Johnny Walker, disappear like Jimmy Hoffa. We real rappers to pill backers, we real savage. Don't feel rappers who real actors, we real damage. I'm a mic snatcher, aka the white tarantula. And all my rhymes clean like they mixed with Arm & Hammer. I'm a walking thesaurus, the mental metamorphosis. So super hot, I'm torching this. Is he for real? Of course he is. Ruthless when I'm rhyming, better watch where they step. Master of the Coney Tang, the secret technique of death. Ruthless when I'm rhyming, better watch where they step. Master of the Coney Tang, the secret technique of death. I rattle and dismantle them, sharpen up my mandibles. Rappers sound mechanical, I pound them in the ground until there's nothing left but granules. I'm serving suckers daily, not just annual. Yo, I'll make your best man forget he ever was a fan of you. This flow flipper's a go-getter, I'm so sick with no symptoms. I'm cold spitting, no COVID, jammy dope, no shit. If life's a beach, I'm coasting. Before my time, Jurassic styles, you know I keep it golden. I'm the best to ever hold it, the microphone that is. And if the mic is stinking, that's because I am the shit. I'm attractive like a magnet, my style's hard as granite. And my rhymes are worldwide, Coney Tangs across the planet. I'm like Michael is to Janet, clearly I'm the baddest. And the jacket that I'm rocking got more patches than a cabbage. Known to make a racket, I smash it like Pete Sampras. I'm yelling at tornadoes, making twisters leave Kansas. Ruthless when I'm rhyming, better watch where they step. Master of the Coney Tang, the secret technique of death. Ruthless when I'm rhyming, better watch where they step. Master of the Coney Tang, the secret technique of death. I speak incredible lines, make hearts explode in their chests.
The motives of the monk remain unknown. What is known were the consequences. So began the massacre of the Shaolin Temple.
La descobrida Yanis.
It's time to hear the result. State of the art. Computer controlled. State of the art. Computer, it's time to hear the result.
Let's say the game's changed, art became disposable. Elements lost from these acts unapproachable. The substance abuse to the ego's uncontrollable. Spiraling downhill, addiction keep rolling you. The path of a has-been stamp is holding you. Devil lives in the currency, which president molding you. It's all about the Benjis, we thought they was thinking. Yet these thoughtless pennies can't put 5 on a Lincoln. I'm navigating change, minty fresh while your breath's thinking. Great to captivate, ears with the gears shifting. Years switching like the levels on a transmission. Seasons I greet with seasoning, so keep your eyes blinking. Nations amazed, the rate of a piggy bank. Financing warfare, digging some more graves. Like mercy in a tip jar, an ungrateful recipe. Tipping dimes to your skull like it's John F. Kennedy.
State of the art. Computer controlled. State of the art.
They say home home is where the heart is. My home is where the art is. A canvas of life, giving life through my massages. My pen game is pressure point perfected. Connecting dots of history so I can see it's disrespected. So many residents seem to be misrepresenting it. Dressing like the cure with no knowledge makes me question it. Attention like dues unpaid is why you're hesitant. It's why unification gets treated with urination. These naysayers barking in thoughts of a Zulu nation. Prophets agree, feeding us false education. We need separation from the prince and the thieves. No more hood robberies, backpocketing dreams. Fraudulent politicians, police pyramid schemes. Replace bulletproof vests with a more beautiful scene. Cause your heart's inclined strong to not break apart. Use that blood to build change and paint a new state of the art.
State of the art. Computer controlled. State of the art. Computer, it's time to hear the results. State of the art. Computer controlled. State of the art. Computer controlled.
All right. Y'all ready? We're going to jump into this shit, man. Here we go. Okay. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Welcome back to Run It Back. Every fucking week we've been doing this, man, and it's been fun as fuck doing it. Certainly appreciate everyone that's been tuning in. Thank you. We have a special guest today. We'll bring him on here in just a moment. Not really special. He is special guest, but you know, you guys will definitely know who it is. He is contributed to the show a lot, and so we're happy to have him on here. I want to give a big shout out to the COO, Pat Maine. Sir, we miss you, but we understand that you have your new baby around, so still managing those waters. Give it up for Pat. And of course, you know, what a week on the channel. I was just speaking with Random, and just I hit him up last minute because I wanted to bring him on to talk about the battle and what he has planned for 2024, what have you. And I just know that based on his tweets and everything that he's geared up for a fun 2024. And so just looking forward to what he's got going on. And yeah, we're eager to get this away game edition done, or excuse me, not done, but started. I got Lefty Two Guns in the building, y'all.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up? What are you eating?
I'm eating. It's crazy. Look, this is Twix popcorn.
Damn, that's what's up. I like that.
Yeah, I got it from work as a gift. So
hell yeah. I've had the Oreo kind of that.
I wasn't unaware of the existence of this kind of flavor popcorn, but
yeah, I was unaware of the existence. So that brand, they actually do like Sour Patch Kid popcorn as well. And
okay.
I just barely found out about last year, so I'm in the same boat as you. I fucking get it. Left, how have you been, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. I'm gonna get to the question that folks have been asking me. Okay, are you battling in 2024?
Is it for me? Oh,
yeah.
Am I battling in 2024? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm starting to lose interest because I didn't get on that other card. Can we talk about? I want to talk about something real quick.
Go ahead.
It's kind of a two-part thing. The first part is like, I mean, and honestly, and this is not shade, like I felt like the first 3 or 4 events that I watched, I mean, I wasn't really excited about the league. It was coming back. I was like, yeah, they're doing cool events, but the talent out here is like, what happened to, is there a new generation, or, You know what I mean? I just didn't
Sure.
see like the local ability, and I have to be honest, in the last two events, and probably more so in the last event, that the showcase of like newer local talent, I was really impressed. I was entertained and impressed with. If
So
that
that's
makes sense.
it was so that's an honest assessment though.
Yeah. Like at first, I mean, keep it a buck, no
Yeah, yeah.
shade. I was like, wow, this is, this is pretty swampy ground we're trying to cultivate here. But this last event, man, I mean the last two events, but this last event in particular was, I mean, I Utah showed out in that event. Not everybody that came showed out, but Utah held its own. There was younger people that haven't been a part of the scene necessarily for a long time, or wasn't from the original scene, that really showed out. It was entertaining to watch. Obviously you had the return of people like Nick Jones, you had Mike Bailey, Eli Ace on the card, but there was a lot of other people that I mean, it was people that had impressive performances, and it was like one of the more entertaining events I've been to in a while.
Yeah, yeah, okay. First off, big ups on that. That's fucking big, actually. Do you have was there particular performances that you saw that stood out for you?
Josh Matters.
Man, okay. So thank you for saying that. Yep, there you
Josh
go.
Matters did his thing, man.
Josh Matter. There's no SL.
My bad.
That's all good. That's all
He
good.
matters though. But
Yeah,
I kind of feel like his third round he kind of came back to earth, but his first two rounds in that battle, that was like, I mean, that was one of the better performances. But really nobody was bad. I mean, Spades was really good. I
Yep.
mean, to see the journey that Spades has come on, and his ability to control the crowd as well, like he was good. Um, I mean, obviously Eli Ace was really impressive. Nick Jones and Mike Bailey was a great battle, and these were all people from Utah.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was impressed. I was impressed at the performances there.
That's great. I mean, that means, like I said,
The Spanish round, I love the Spanish round.
you talked about that.
I love the Spanish round, man.
Yep.
I like the idea of keeping it at a round at this point, but freestyle battling in Latin America is huge. They fill out arenas with that stuff in Spanish language battling. So I think it's something worth incorporating. And I enjoyed it. It was really good. They both did a really good job. And I don't know, maybe one day I will do a round.
You pulled me you spoke to me at the event and you're like, yo, more of those. That literally all you said was more of those, bro. That's all you said. You're like, just more of those.
I think it's just a cool thing. It just switches it kind of changes the trajectory for a minute. It keeps people like, I mean, for me at least, it was like, hey, I mean, there was all good in performances, and then to throw that into the mix, I mean, you have people that are legends on the card. You got Smooth and Lush there doing the commentaries, and you got people just showing out, taking the best advantage of their opportunity. I think for people, if that would have been their first event, that it was a good ambassador moment, and everybody did a good job to move the scene forward in our community.
Yeah, no, that's great. And that's a good way to get this this episode started. We spoke a little bit about that last week, but it's important to be able to make sure that we keep that momentum going into 2024, because I agree totally. There was even through the tryouts, I mean, I was really impressed with Slicks. I appreciate that he did very well.
Yeah, he was good too.
Yeah, man. It looks
Very
like I think that he has the total package that you asked, or excuse me, I think he understands the format. I think you could tell that he understands the format. That's what I mean. And so just to be able to work around like that structure, man, he's going to do some incredible things if he keeps his foot on the gas pedal. So I agree with you totally. Nick Jones just said, don't make me drop 30s on both of you. Nick, cool out. I don't like that, bro.
Yeah, put the laughing sound up there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, and also
Nick Jones. That was appropriate. Appropriate sound effect. And on that note, what I'm excited to hear Mike Bailey's podcast drop. I don't know if you saw that video he posted on YouTube, the exposure thing. I'm curious to hear was going to be in that. This battle, this event brought around a lot of entertaining stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's entertaining, you know, from Ladaze posting the text message to all of it. Like, as long as no violence comes from it, you know, I'm entertained by this.
Yeah. What we decided to at least on the platform not dive too far into Techsgate, but it thoroughly made for an entertaining evening, that's for sure. And what I don't know what Mike's gonna post, but I know I know he has a battle in 2 weeks.
I know we're all gonna watch it.
Yeah. He's
I know everybody. I know I'm waiting for it to drop.
he's excited. That's good.
And
Well,
that the when Spades didn't take your hand either. Like, I was entertained by that too.
that was great. Oh, that was good. And there was a that energy on the stage. You can even hear it, like if you run it back on the VOD. Which, if you have not got the VOD yet to watch the entire event, just understand that these battles are they won't be dropping for roughly about 6 to 8 weeks. So you got time to be able to watch all the battles before they drop.
Definitely entertaining event and good to. I mean, just to check some people out, they really took advantage of their chance, and I mean, hope to see more of these guys on more cards with the same kind of performance, you know, preparation. These guys were prepared, you know, people were prepared enough in their rounds to react with the crowd, perform well. I mean, Ghost, Falcone, everybody, there was really nothing to be. I mean, everybody should be proud of their performances that night. Like, that was a good event. That's what, like, how I feel, how when you and I started, when you started the first event with what was it, Absurd, what was his league called?
Assault and Battling,
and then driving to the grind time, going to the Long Beach airport. That had more of the feel, like that grassroots of people that were like, before this got so saturated, people like just doing it to just see how they do and like having respect for the art and getting up there, not copying people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
No, those are great points, and I think that that energy was definitely in the room. You know, honestly, it felt like after a year, that was the energy that we've had, like when we stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. We can make these sustainable events, you know, like now these are like with our own talent and things of that nature. Cause from this event, there's definitely folks that need to start traveling. And we spoke about this, and I think that it's going to be very, very important for like Nez to get out, for Josh Matter to get out. Eli, even he got on the stream last week, and I definitely think he needs to take some road games to just, if nothing else, to expand the brand, but also he's somebody who is a gamer and likes to challenge himself, and it's a different energy when you're away, because especially being from Salt Lake, it's different than if you're like from, I can only speculate, like if you're from New York, but we have our own pressures coming from a small town, that go to LA to battle. It's like, oh, you mentioned you're from Utah in your introduction, and people are like, what's this motherfucker gonna say? You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, oh, if you're from New York, it might be even tough for that. But the point is like, it's just a different environment and atmosphere. You would agree? Yeah.
Yeah. It's different, but I think it's more in a positive way. I think when you come, like you said, if you're coming from Salt Lake, sometimes they're like, I know when I first start, there's like not a lot of expectations. So people kind of just want to hear. They're not like, what, probably if you're from New York, there's an expectation. Oh, all right, this guy, we're going to hear this. And then the next thing is like, it depends on where you go. But if you go to somewhere like, I would encourage a lot of battles to go to like LA or to the Bay. Like, the people that come out to events and they're like pretty, they support people that are coming from out. And it's like, it's kind of like what you get into in a local scene. Like, there's people that are not popular in your local scene that get hated on or for whatever reason, and people would rather support the out of town. Sometimes you get into smaller scenes like that, even in California, and they'll cheer for you over somebody there because they're just haters, but so you can benefit off of that. So it's similar to all the scenes, I would say, they all are fairly similar to each other. The dynamic of people inside the scenes.
Yeah. So that's a good point. That's a good point, and that's why it's important. Not only that, I think we're missing the other part of this is to network and just to be around the culture and to get out and to be in other areas where battle rap is happening, and that's like pretty important too. I mean, like for you in particular, Left, you know, you didn't make the name that you did just by staying here in Salt Lake, so like that's important too to know, you know,
Well,
like
that's impossible, right?
exactly.
You can't, and that's a fair point. You know, you get known by other MCs, league owners, and your name comes up in other rings, and then people like there's people that are pretty serious fans of battle rap. You know what I mean? And they have their ear to what's going on, and they'll see you. Plus, you can end up with remarkable stories and experiences that you could tell for. I remember we were out in an event in Tucson, and I was hiding behind a car during a shootout with Cap Callis. You
Damn.
know, just like crazy things that's happened, you know, with Caddy Ron and Caustic. I remember Caustic battle John the Don. You just at events like that, you just see things happen.
Yeah. And
It's cool.
that's part of the experience. So yeah, just big ups on that. I do want to talk about really quick. I know that we have folks that we have in here right now. Looks like we have some listeners on X, Twitter, and some folks on YouTube. Artists, if you are on YouTube right now, let me see if I can let me get into Twitter really quick too, or X, whatever the fuck, I want to hear your music. We're gonna do an away game. We're gonna do but I don't want to wait too long. So I'm looking right now at the live on because I want to make sure I don't miss any comments there. If you have a link, okay, cool. I have Twitter up right now, so if there's any comments that come from there. Anyway, what I posted this in the group earlier today was, and I got it up now, is storylines. And what I mean by storylines is I like Spades and I had a storyline that built up as far as because I like, simply put, I'm just going to make this very concise. Like, he's a rising star in the league, and I put him on several platforms to be able to continue to foster his growth. And I appreciate that he's been always up for it. Like, even, you know, up to I asked him last minute to go to the U92 interview, and he was like one of the first people I asked. So, to have the pairing of like the league owner versus like one of the rising stars that is undefeated, you know, that there was that storyline that bled into before the face-offs, like promo from both ends, and then of course the face-offs, which if you haven't seen that, it's very entertaining, like the whole thing really, but our face-off is definitely, I could tell that, I mean, I got into the moment, you know, so that's what I mean too. And then I put another example of Stretch versus Ghost. I knew that those two had I found out rather that those two had a past. They were supposed to battle like years ago, and then something happened, whatever, and then it got pushed aside. So I was like, man, we got to make this happen. And then Ghost let me know, like, there was he's like, yo, bro, I don't know if you know like how deep this goes, you know, pause. But and
that was wild.
That was wild. That
were you paraphrasing him, or was that verbatim what he said?
Paraphrasing barely, but oh shit, hell, was that verbatim or fucking?
Was that verbatim? Because when the wheel paused him, but
because technically we're pausing him then. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I mean with storylines. Like, is there stuff going on that I don't know about? Like, is there unsettled feuds? Is there some shit that we can really rally around and put on, you know?
But let's preface that with, when we say unsolved feuds, we don't want there to be no violence, you know.
Of course.
To end it, you know. I mean, ultimately, I think I've expressed in the past, I'm not a fan of people like speaking on people's like dead family members or personal, you know what I mean? I just don't think, I think in battling, what you're trying to do is use, and I talked about this with Pat, what you're trying to do use is really more simple references that most people will understand, but use them in a clever way that most people wouldn't think of. And that's really what you're trying to, I think that's usually how I score battles. Like what are lines that someone said that I haven't thought of, that are not the obvious ones, like how Josh Matter got called out about saying, and then he had a whole round suplex complex, you know. Um, what are you doing to really win the battle? And digging up dirt on someone, or trying to shake somebody by saying something that could potentially be emotionally stirring to them. To me, that's not like, I don't give you a lot of points for that, or any points for that. Like, to me, that's not what this is based on. I don't, in my, that's my perspective.
Sure, sure.
And to me, like, it's just, it's whack to me, really. Like, being disrespectful is fine, you know, but if you're just doing it for the sake of, and it's not even like good raps, and you're talking about somebody's family, like that's not the kind of stuff that I'm really, that I just feel is cool or should be given a lot of points to. I mean, granted, there's probably people that watch for that kind of thing, and that's what you want to be. You're not going to have a lot of respect for me for doing that stuff.
Got it.
So, but if you do have a feud, and it's more about rap, and it's like maybe you didn't like this guy, something happened at a show, then by all means, I'd love to see that get not necessarily settled, but argued over in a public arena.
Yeah, yeah, and I want to make sure that it's not just feuds. You know, there could be friendly competition that you're like, yo, man, I just been, we both been talking about battling for a long time, type of shit. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff too. I'm really impressed with. And then so I don't want to just like stick on. I'm definitely not only saying like 4 feuds for sure. And as you mentioned, this isn't like a fucking instigation for violence at all. In fact, it's obviously the literally the opposite.
Hey,
So
how about I started out with the storyline that I have about myself?
okay, go ahead.
So a storyline, I think what you're talking about is something like between Bobby Lee and I.
Yeah, there you go. See,
So Bobby Lee and I have had like a perpetual thing since like MySpace. For some of you young kids that don't know what MySpace is, it was a social media platform, and a lot of us used it to post our music because it was a lot harder to make music at the day. We didn't have the marketing platforms and things that we could do that you guys have available to you now. So we would post music on MySpace, and I know Bobby Lee had the same name as me, and this is like 2006, maybe before that. And he's like, "Hey man, we got a battle for the name." Me and him were going back and forth for years about that, like talking at parties, doing 16s at parties. Like, it was a serious thing. That he's my homie. He's been my homie for a long time. I know him
yeah,
from before rap stuff, but yeah, that was a
but
thing. And that's nothing, like, that's not a feud, really serious thing, but it's something that he and I have, and we always, you know, it always gets brought up and talked about. But at the
yeah.
same time, you know, I still have that name and he doesn't. So there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that. Dog. What the fuck?
So that's the storyline right there.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Respect
a
to Bobby, he's the homie though. But
yeah, shout out.
that
For
is
sure. But I think that's exactly what I'm referring to. Like, is there, what is there that has there been rumblings that that I have not heard? That's really where it's at. That's mostly what it is. So that's what I wanted to talk about on storylines piece. And let's go to here. Yo, I want to see some fucking music videos before we do this away game. All right, because even if it's like fucking 2. So in the comments here, your music video, not fucking one from, I want to see your music video. Let's see. And also I need a preface. If it is, I mean, if I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna just say why I'm not feeling it, and obviously give fucking salute where I am feeling it. I don't want this to turn into some fucking like that. I'm just saying everything is fucking cool, because sometimes it's not cool.
storylines that come from this, man. I
What's
don't know
that?
if I'm comfortable with this segment. Dude, you might end up with a storyline from fucking someone posted their music video.
That's all right. That's okay. I'm not battling till the end of the year, so that's at least in Mike Masters.
Was being a hater on his fucking running back.
Nah, hell no.
My tracks and.
So the first thing that I always say about making music in general is music is art no matter what. So like if it's it doesn't my opinion doesn't fucking doesn't matter. It doesn't, like I said, like even if you are not a good painter, go ahead and paint your fucking heart out. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't it doesn't matter whether or not anybody's buying it or not, unless that's what you're trying to do it for. Then fucking up your painting game. Like that's what I would say there, or up your hustle at the very least, because I said this recently, and this is how I feel, is that like Andre 3000's last album, that he just dropped, I appreciate it, but obviously I would have liked to have heard him rap, but that's not what he wanted to do. So he fucking released what he wanted to release, and that's the art that he released. So who the fuck am I to talk to someone who's got platinum? Like who the fuck am I? And then also, if you don't like it, then you don't like it either, because you had an expectation about that. So there's that too.
I think he should have let everybody know that like earlier on.
He did.
That it was going to be all instrument. It took a while. He did say it before the drop.
Yeah.
But originally it was just like, hey, the new Andre 3000 album was coming out, and there wasn't a ton of information. It went on for a while, I feel, where he should have killed that. He got to know that what we're expecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I agree with your perspective. Like he could drop what he wants. I mean, I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
want to hear raps, but I mean,
yeah, it's whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like
whatever.
Yeah, it is whatever. So like even with you go to contemporary art shows, even if you don't, whatever, you everyone has heard at least one story of like seeing like a blotch on a fucking canvas and it getting sold for fucking 10,000 or whatever, some insert exorbitant number here, and you're like, what the fuck is it even? And someone's like, oh, it's just it's your brain on stress or some shit, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, so you understand the backstory of it, and it's fucking like 2 colors and fucking splattered around and shit. You're like, oh yeah, I want that on my wall for X amount of dollars. So does that mean that art becomes subjective at that point? Like, art's subjective anyway, or objective? Is it objective or subjective in that point? Objective, right?
Objective is if we can look at it without our biases, but I mean that's kind of impossible. It's still art, I guess, but
yeah,
there's quality can still be rated.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. If you put it out in the world, you're letting the world know that they can fucking talk about it. So if just submit your fucking music video. I want to fucking see it. I want to see it. Let's see. I went over here to Twitter. I mean, there's folks that are fucking retweeting this shit. Who is in the chat? Who is going to put their fucking link up first? Who is going to do the link first? While we're waiting for a link left,
tell Nick Jones to post some links to his music.
Should I just who?
Nick Jones.
Nick Jones. I don't think he doesn't make fucking music.
Post some links to your music, Nick Jones.
You
fucking poser. We'll get him active on the chat. Where's Eli Ace at?
I don't know where Eli is at.
Man, someone call him and check on him.
Someone call and check on Eli.
Welfare check. Send a welfare check to his crib.
Yo, what the fuck? While we're waiting, what's your to go back to what you were talking about 2024? Whether you said that I fucking offered you a battle.
You offered me some bullshit ass battles, like if we're are we speaking candidly? Because you offered me stuff like I don't think it's realistic for me to accept.
Why?
Because I'm over here doing this. I'm not trying to make a name for myself. I'm doing it for like love of enjoyment. And you're offering me like essentially bums.
Who's the bum?
You want me to say who the bums are? Who you
For
offer?
you, who's the bum? Because I thought that there were good matches.
Oh man, so you obviously don't have respect for me.
Oh my god! I mean, you took so what was Johnny Lingo like?
Johnny Lingo is good. Johnny Lingo has been in this a long time. I always bring this back. Johnny Lingo went. Do you remember when Young Rip was battling his first battle?
Yep.
And his opponent didn't show up, and Johnny Lingo went up there. He wasn't supposed to battle. He didn't have plans. I don't think he had plans of battling. Came there and agreed to battle Young Rip and had like some better lines than a lot of people on just finding out that night. Like the guy is like, he had issues like after that, like he stumbling, not getting through his material. But to be able to do that, obviously he's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I seen things with him. Like when I saw him do that, do you remember that?
Of course I remember it.
That was crazy, bro. Some of the lines he had to just be like, I mean, he learned how long before the battle did you tell him?
Man, that's a detail that
It was that day.
Was
it at the event?
I believe it was I believe it was a little before the event. Just barely though, because Rip's opponent didn't it was not the day of that Rip's opponent didn't show up.
But I maybe I didn't know all the details, but it was still impressive. We're not even talking about 24 hours. We're talking about hours.
Yeah, no, he didn't no, it was because Rip ended up finding out that I think it was honestly like 3 days to a week that they found out.
Yeah, but when did Johnny Lingo agree to that?
Like 3 days to a week.
Oh, okay, that's less impressive now.
Well, I mean, something I would.
No, but it was good. He had really good lines. I remember.
No, but to have that type of prep, though, I mean, even still, like, that was still incredible.
But he did really good. He's good.
Yeah. He's very good. Yeah, for sure.
I don't even remember what we were talking about, but
no, we were talking about.
Shout out to Johnny Lingo. Johnny Lingo came out to an event with me. We drove out to LA. I was gonna do a
hold on. Before you go into fucking story time, who gives a fuck, Dag? For 2024, are we gonna see Lefty Two Guns back in the fucking ring?
Maybe. Perhaps, bro. Perhaps.
Are you looking to battle someone local, or do you want to battle someone outside of the
maybe?
You are fucking insufferable.
I don't want to say so. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna. I'm kind of. I had a momentum going. I didn't get a battle on the last event.
Didn't get a battle.
I'm like, there was 12 battles. I couldn't be one of them.
He could have been.
Ain't this about a bitch?
You could have battled, bro. You definitely could have battled. I don't care if you thought they were bums or not. You could have fucking battled.
Yeah, that's fair. I could have.
Well, I know I can say this confidently that we would obviously want to see you back in the ring. Guess who I spoke to today? I spoke to Dre Day.
Oh,
yeah, and he wants to battle in March.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so he's going to be out in March. He's on the roster for that.
He lives in LA now, right?
Well, he was in LA and now he's in Miami.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's in Miami now.
That's a cultural change.
Big time. Yeah.
I hope he's by Wynwood Walls or something.
What'd you say?
I said I hope he's out by Wynwood Walls or something out there in the Wynwood area.
Yeah.
Pretty Florida over there.
What he was talking about is that he's excited with the new talent and wants to he wants to battle, not just once either. So I'm excited to see
these guys are motivating people from their good performances, man.
That goes back to what you were talking about at the beginning. Yeah, so that goes. He's purchased all the VODs. He was out here for spring training to watch that event go down. So he's definitely been tapped in with Mike Masters. I mean, we chat pretty often, weekly almost. And so to hear him finally be like, yo, make sure that I'm on the the roster was comforting to hear. So big shout out to Dre Day.
Shout out Dre Day.
All right. Well, we're not gonna get a fucking music video link. Ain't nobody fucking gonna send one in. So we might as well just go to Watch a Battle. Here we go.
I'm glad.
I'm going to promote this better though, because I'm going to promote it so that other artists in the city tap in, because I know that there's going to be a lot more interaction on that. That's all good though. No big deal. Okay, let's go to the wheel of names. Bang. All right, ready? Here we go. Wow, Stretch versus Hardcastle, not Hardcastler. All right, that's.
I remember Hardcastle. He came out here before, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's from Reno.
He's from Reno. Yep.
Yep, I remember him.
Shout out to Battleborn Clothing. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's get into this joint.
Hey, did you make that beat?
No.
All right. Yeah, baby. This is the main event tonight. This one's extra tight because both these guys were confident enough to put fucking $100 on this shit. They both pussy. Their dollars right here, 2 Benjis.
They ain't pussy. Loser buys me one $2 beer. You're gonna buy me a burger, cuz.
So let's do some introductions. Rapper to my left. Hardcastle. Let's fucking go. Rapper to my right.
Stretch. Dad jokes. Dad joke specialist. Who's McDonald's All-American rap team. Let's go. I got a coin. Call it in the air. I'll go first. Big nuts. Hey, he's going first. Everybody. Big nuts. Round 1 on Stretch. Let's go. Need watch. What is that? A G-Shock?
Hold on one second. I gotta pause this. So before we start, I want to say this. So Pat and I have been talking about an official judging system for Mike Masters moving forward in 2024, so that there is better criterion for the judges to be able to judge a battle on. I'm not using that tonight, but we are going to be rolling that out and utilizing these, using that that criterion in future run it backs and at live performances. So I want to give a heads up on that. Let everyone know, man. And I'll post in the group too and let folks know that it is a very simple judging system, in aligned. So I just want to give a heads up on that, just really quick. But that's not going to be used tonight. But just know that we're developing a judging system so that, we're as close as possible to make sure that we're in good spaces there. All right, here we go.
So just to get y'all excited, we put up a couple hundreds for the scene. Spoiler alert, when I leave, I'm going to have some hot pockets because I'm stuffing them with cheese. But I got to be honest, sometimes it's difficult to start battles, especially when the best rhyme you can find for Hardcastle is large asshole. But I bet he's so bitch he rides a bike with handlebar tassels. Swear to God, he's got a pair of jeans that are bedazzled. And judging by the way he dresses at the age of 34, you can tell this dude been around some dirty whores with herpes sores. So if Jay Wow ain't about to suck my dick and slurp me sore, can someone tell me why I'm battling the newest member of Jersey Shore? You always look pissed off in a disturbing way. These thick bushes above your eyes in an overdetermined state, they're perfect, straight, flexing like they're about to hurt your face. Your eyebrows have been working so hard that they deserve a raise. He's got some great stuff and it's straight luscious. I could harvest those hairs and use them to make bunches of paintbrushes. To trim these bushes, this dude takes hours. I might vote for those to be Nevada's new state flower. I'm betting that he has 2 feet of. I almost thought he tattoo inked him. But when he dies, you can bet that his brows will live on and that you'd see him in a wax museum. He's covered in full of tats. I guess you're a perfect spot for Renita like Hulk Hogan's ass. And those stars on the back of your neck, bro, shit's whack. I guess no one told you that tramp stamps go on your lower back. I'm not sure what this boy was told. It's not the fact he has tattoos, but how stupid they are that makes him unemployable. And that's why pretty women just avoid him cold, because the only thing that he could put a ring around is a toilet bowl.
Caskets. Hey, all right, that's time. Time, baby. Make some fucking noise. Round 1 is on Hardcastle. Let's go, baby.
Damn, half a round of eyebrow jokes. Too bad that was done 7 years ago by Big Tone. You stupid motherfucker. How many people came to see Stretch? Raise your hands. How many came to see me? Bitch, that's over half. That's easy math. 80, 20, 60, 40. I'm taking cash. Hold on. I gotta relax. I gotta talk to this man. 100 for this battle? You probably showed up with pennies, guy. I feel like I gotta maneuver through the sewer just to collect my pennies tonight. I got that it factor, like a red balloon was floating by, and I'm gonna stay taking out these clowns till I get to they Pennywise. Homie about to be outmatched and outwitted, outgassed and outspitted. He's outrapped and outclassed. I don't think he gets it. 11 letters, 2 words. He's finished. You want to get my attention? Then say something worth listening to. But don't forget the fans. They listening too. Headphones on. I'm vibing. What am I listening to? Nothing. Pure silence. I'm preparing my finishing move. Grab the top of your scalp, pull your head back, now your throat's exposed. Karate chop your apple pop, now your breathing slows. His body fought from the body drop, that's how the story goes. Fuck your afterlife and your writers. I don't believe in ghosts. My bars got a tendency of going over heads. I feel like I got a bird's eye view. And I'll be collecting my money tonight. There's no IOU. I'm going to wrap miles around you. Keep my eyes on you. Have you running so fast, you'll bust out your shoes like Zion do. Homie, we built different. This shit I was bred for. That's why I showed up in the Wolf Armor and the Bread Force. Bars hit with an impact. Yeah, I've said more. The opponents in this league, Steve, I expect more. Words heard from a mile away. I express more. Always kept it 100, not 1% more. Belly getting bigger? Yeah, I'm fed more. My face, Reno battle rap Rushmore. Homie, with the way you know show, we should call you Flop and Flow. Or the way you pause before your punches, we can call you Stop and Go. I ain't begun to lock and load. I'm a rear back cock and throw. Simon says cock and throat, he responds with a 10-4. That's a go. When I rap, it's out of sight, out of mind. And I ain't talking about your height. For the reason you remind me of Tekashi 6ix9ine. Rap time.
Okay. Hold on, I'm writing this last note here. Yo, big shout out to both these cats.
Bang, bang, bang.
That was dope. Okay. Okay. Do you want to start?
I mean, Stretch is. I didn't realize that Stretch has always been like pretty good. Like he was. I mean, ultimately, he's. If this was the battle he won, it would still be a body. Because I don't think this guy obviously had his people with him, and he used them. He kind of had a. Incorporated his crowd of friends that he brought to respond, and he still wasn't getting a reaction. Like it was, I mean, he didn't deserve it either. It was I lost my win listening to that last round. I mean, Stretch was really good, but the other guy or Hardcastle was. There just wasn't anything that really caught my attention in that.
Sure. Okay. So do you have Stretch up 1-0?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for round one, I got Stretch. First thing that stood out was the hot pockets and cheese. I mean, that's just like right off top, like not super, not a huge bar, but definitely creative on it. And addressing the $100, which Hardcastle does too. But yeah. I put jokes, our next level, and rapping. So Stretch, to your point, like has always been just pretty good at fucking rapping, man. I put here that he was comfortable. The eyebrows need a raise was pretty funny. I put on here knows the format. You could tell with how he's connecting words and then giving time, allowing the beats to breathe.
What if Stretch is on here? What battle was this for him? How many battles had he had when he did this battle? Because he seems, like you said, knows the format.
Yeah.
I know I understand the format. If this is one of his earlier battles, I know I wasn't as polished with the format as he is at this point.
Sure.
Battles he had, but if this was one of his first three, like he really gets it from an early time. Whereas I just don't think that Hardcastle has enough as far as the pen goes to really, like, his performance is good, his delivery is good. His pen is leaving something to be desired, I would say, on that first round.
Sure. The Stretch responded, this might have been around my 10th battle, is what he said.
Well, that sounds better.
Yeah. Hardcastle, I have in round one, the crowd involvement. I appreciated I liked the fact that he flexed that. Sometimes that could, we'll see maybe in round two if that, I don't know. We're just at round one right now. So I don't know.
Brought more people with him?
What's that?
He flexed that he brought a bunch of his friends to the event?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Well, I guess for owner, you want people to bring people to the event.
Well, not only that, but as an artist, I mean, I know that some artists thrive in going alone, so I understand that piece too. So I'm just commenting on the fact that he made that flex.
Okay,
and so that could either get an opponent like off their stoop, like you could be like, fuck, he did bring all these people or whatever, So I did see that Hardcastle was comfortable. The fuck your afterlife, that whole setup and scheme into that being the payoff. I gave a half a point too. And then out of your shoes, like Zion do, that was a bar. And then I liked the stop and go piece, that whole spot about him talking about Stretch no showing for battles. Stretch, I have a question here. Were you no showing? Because that's definitely something. I mean, you showed up for this battle, obviously, but was that something that was going on? Because that is, I don't know. I'm curious about that. And no, that's not Keys. That Stretch, but the Butter Pecan Puerto Rican is host from the Beans and Rice show. Having said that, though, I think the creative writing goes to Stretch in this, and the performance goes to Hardcastle, but I think that the moments that Stretch had were just a little bit more. So I have a 1-0 right now for Stretch.
How many? So you said you gave a half a point to one of. How many points did you give this out of his shoes like Zion bar?
Another half. It wasn't.
Yeah, in total in the round.
What's that?
How many points did you give him in total in this round?
What's that?
How many points did you give Hardcastle in total in that round?
Out of 5, I gave 3, and I gave Stretch 4.
You feel like Stretch barely edged that round?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Although Stretch was comfortable and shit, I don't think that I definitely think that there could have been just a lot more directness towards the opponent. So and that's okay. Like I said, I think that the next round will show him a little bit more, but I still have him up 1-0.
Okay.
Let's fucking go. Round 2 is on Stretch, baby.
You brought up how I know it showed in Cali. Well, who fucking cares? You battled the same night, but more people knew that I wasn't there. And this dude said in the battle, and I quote, "I shapeshift like squirrels from Secret Invasion." Shapeshifting squirrels. That's not something that I should have Googled when I was high, but I still find it laughable that you thought that was kind of tight. So I heard through the grapevine somebody hacked your software accounts. Seen one of your dick pics and said that your software accounts. Really though, this is the type of battler that I'd heckle. He cracked on someone's height while staring at them eye level. And that sparked my best punchline ever. It's the most hurtful of thoughts. Bitch, you're not even as tall as the girl that I brought.
She's tall too. You're fucking so tall.
Hey, but now you're in a spot. I'll make you a new fair deal. You can take her out, but she's gonna make you wear heels. I'm about to send your fragile ass ego to its dome. If you ever got her home, then she would be the big spoon. But you already got a girl, huh? And you know she got a sour taste. And that bush she got going on, she could style and whip out some bangs. And just like your eyebrows, she trims it with some powered blades. It's to the point you install the garbage disposal in your shower drain. This dude claims he's street, but he ain't a hard knock. Your reputation in the hands of Stretch ain't a smart thought. So I'm not sure how he had the balls to stake a large pot, because I'm about to take this squares green like H&R Block.
Bar.
Yeah, give it up for that round, y'all.
Two Hardcastle. Let's go.
Hey, I've been known to ball. I've been known to dribble. I don't want her because her hip bones stick out farther than her nipples.
That's real life.
Hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. Come on. Let it spit.
Everyone looks.
You threw a prayer up in that last round, but the answer came from underneath. God said, "Fuck you." Then the devil took a peek. Hell's gates flew open. You could feel the fire and the heat. Quiet footsteps muffled by the cries and the screams. I exit. A faint voice says, "Give him what he seeks. 3 rounds will lay him down, bloody up the sheets. You garbage in the booth and even worse in the ring. And every morning I'm a star. That's why Lucifer sent me. Homie, I'm upper echelon, you lower class. I'm sharper than some broken glass. Stretch don't belong in battle rap. Stretch belong in yoga class. Stretch don't belong in battle rap. Stretch belong in yoga class. Shouts to yoga pants. Stretch don't belong in battle rap. Stretch belong in yoga class. Shouts to yoga pants. Downward dog is your favorite yoga stance. Downward dog is his favorite yoga stance. Have him hanging from the South Virginia overpass. Wait until a semi flying by, then drop his ass. You'll know my bars stay fresh. Sip the mouthwash, spit the Listerine. Grab the bleach to cleanse that scene. Evidence is spotless when I leave. Call me Mr. Clean, and I'm taking your money. That's simple green. You should have never entered this game, boy. It was a mistake pressing start. I'm ending your wordplay like I kicked your Scrabble board. I'm ending your wordplay like I kicked a Scrabble board. Bring horsepower to these events like I was producing cars. Now tell your boys to make a wish because I'm shooting they star. I'm about to take a risk. Autobot meets Decepticon. Transform. Good and evil. Yin and yang. Am I reborn? Homie, your whole life about to get C4'd. I'm talking mad explosions. Weapons of mass destruction that your body glowing. 5-card draw. The rules. We all know them. Royal flush, 2 pair, tied him with his hands showing. You only got this headline because I picked up Steve's call and said yes. Now I'm a clothesline, remove the head from your neck. End this round on time, and that's just out of respect. You barely survived those lines, you ain't ready for what's next. Time, motherfucker. Let's go. Fucking noise, y'all.
Okay.
What were the time limits on that? It clearly feels that he had Was doing more time.
Yeah, I don't know. Stretch, maybe you can let us know on that. I don't know, but I don't know if Stretch might have underwrote or overwrote, or it's clearly underwrote. If
Well,
that's
yeah, I think he over. I think that's safe.
um, okay. So round 2, I have for Stretch. What a rebuttal to start. Good job. That was really good to start. Man, uh the tall scheme for the chick. I don't know if you guys heard the she's tall too, and the fucking in the crowd. Yeah, that was fucking good, man. So you had, it goes back to the comfortability and just being in the moment and making sure to let things breathe, which is really, really good. It's very, very important. It was Battleborn never enforced time limits. It was most likely 90 seconds. And then I put on here jokes only question mark because this is about halfway through your round. Although they were good, like I don't know, I was looking for a different gear, and I was getting tuned out a little bit, to be honest. And then the eyebrow jokes. I don't know. Again, I just think that I think we were for me personally. It's like I've seen your jab, and it's not really controlling the match at this point. What else are you hitting with? And then you ended with the H&R block joint, which was a bar, a damn good one, and you ended the round with it. So I give kudos on that part. Hardcastle, his round. The rebuttal was good. I think that Stretch won the rebuttal war on that one, though. But still, to have a rebuttal at the beginning, as you guys know, that do battle is not an easy task. I wrote down here that just as a sidebar, not pertaining to Hardcastle's round, but it felt like the tone was getting a little funny, like comedic more so rather than a bar, like a whole rap battle per se. It was getting a little too comedic for me. Then it went to the Stretch and the yoga class, which is funny because Stretch fucking ended up using like a yoga pants joint this year. I don't remember who it was against. Stretch, who did you use that against? Yeah, jokes are good. I see the Will Wonder Pod. I'm always for jokes and battles. I am too. I mean, but at some point, let's start fucking rapping. I put in here rapping, the Make a Wish star, the Transformer, and very direct and staying in pockets is what I put. I have Hardcastle winning this round, so I have it 1-1 right now.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
I mean, Stretch had a lot of jokes. But I mean, if we're talking about, I feel like Stretch's rebuttal was better, but since Hardcastle's came second, he had the momentum changer with his, because it was a good rebuttal.
Yep.
And everything that you hear last is always the one. I feel like he could have won this round if he had like maybe 1 or 2 good lines, but I just couldn't find. I mean, the Stretch belongs in yoga class was the best line he had, and that was like basic at best. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to give him a round if you just have like really nothing. Like he had nothing that was more clever than what Stretch had.
Sure.
So it was his to win that round because of his rebuttal. If he had just one thing that could have got me, but I can't give him a round over Stretch. His material is just, even though his jokes is still just better. It's more intricate. It's more clever. It's not so basic.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. We're looking at 2 different things, and that's why I appreciate it. I think that Hardcastle was a bit more present in this round, and I think that's a byproduct of going second and maybe feeling like he's losing the momentum. I think that he regained the momentum for himself, if nothing else, and at least his people behind him, because he's like, oh shit, I brought fucking all these people out here, and I'm this he's beating me. He's definitely rapping and maybe doing better than I thought or something. I don't know. So he had to do something to do something special. I don't want to say special, but had to do more in round 2. And I think that he accomplished that. So I think that he took control in the second round, but I understand where you're coming from too.
I just want to say, for my judging style, I know you're going to put criterion in, but for me personally, you can't you can't make up the gap between that kind of material gap and difference in material and level of intricacy and just better lines by performance, unless without a choke by the other person.
It wasn't just performance. I thought the Transformer line was. I thought that was clever. I thought the Make a Wish was dope. I mean, I get that it's not up to par for what maybe you thought was it, but I mean, I definitely think that those were some significant jabs that were hitting. I don't know that Stretch.
Backing you, man. I'm just saying that's
yeah.
Man.
No, I feel you. I get it. So I have it 1-1, and Lefty has it 2-0 right now for Stretch.
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Last round 3.
Hey, I gotta say really quick too. I mean, stop screaming first off.
That's that shit, though.
I appreciate Battleborn's quality on the video here. I know it's a little shaky, all good. That's what happens sometimes, but I appreciate that it's not just off of camera. I don't know how old this is. How old is this? Let me go down just a little bit. 4 years ago. Good job. Yeah, it's good. Shout out to Steve, Slasher Steve, and Battleborn out in Reno. All right, here we go.
Right.
And they're hype out there, bro.
All right, hold it down. Let's go. Hold it down. All right. Spin it. Round 3. It's on Stretch. Let's go. Talk that shit.
Shout out to DMX. People hate often that I stay popping because I'm the same problem. And Steve's holding my utilities letter. Those bills got my name on them. And bro, just stop your playing, man. You know you're not the A-list. The reason why you yell is due to overcompensation. And all your past opponents often choke and stop their statements. You just been dodging bullets even though it's not the Matrix. I know I'm not the greatest, but I never been far. Tonight, y'all can call me Diamonds because I'm better than hard. And last battle, you played the veteran card. Claimed you built this scene, except you left it in shards. This Angry Guido's not as good as he sounds. If he could afford to move back to Cali, then he wouldn't be found. So don't rep my city because you wouldn't be down to do everything MK did when he was pushing this town. Woo! You fair weather fuck saw what we were doing in the Bay and loved it. Try to ride our coattails back to Cali. You should have just stayed and sucked dick. Hey, but what's this? It's round 3 and this ain't even Guitar Hero hard. Only castle I'm scared to roll up on is in Mario Kart. And what, you're gonna hit me with another Iron Man double snap? Your nerdy movie references, I've heard enough of that. Your nerdy movie references, I've heard enough of that. And you'd be fast food if you wanted to fucking scrap. So when D's hit your grill, that's a double stack. Now my hunger's back. And you ought to be cautious if you want me boxing. My left hand trigonometry, right hand statistics. You don't want these problems. And don't try it while I'm sipping on a strong concoction. You'll see this locate your jaw and pop it. Somebody read my bedtime story.
Yeah, make some fucking noise. Hey, shouts to regular gas, not diesel, just regular gas.
Shut the fuck up. Talking shit about my comeback like I had something to prove. Said all my opponents stumbled. The fuck did you just do? See, I know it's hard for you new cats and young cats to remain humble. So I'm gonna strip you of your pride. Fumble. Look, dude, just think versus Steve for the match and me for the views. To be honest, I'm proud of you. I expected a lot more booze. See, I get booked, I'm showing. You get booked, it's boring. The type to do is show Fernley and tell everyone you're touring.
Shouts out to ABB.
You're full dark. I'm full dark, though. The type to do is show Fernley and tell everyone you're touring. If I was you, I would have ducked. Because these punches landing everywhere from your chin to your gut. Reno, it's round 3. Your boy is fired up. And you should have taken an early exit like Andrew Luck. Let's talk history. Better yet, geography. Against Slambo, you repped Reno. Against the Jones, Happy Valley. Now, are you stupid or just plain dumb? How you going to know where you're headed when you don't even know where the fuck you're from? You think you're gonna win, but you wrong, Stretch. I'm on next. I want all the smoke and more like what the bong gets. Fuck your long face and your long neck. I'm in the baddest box and I'm on deck. When it comes to this bet, you picked the wrong vet. You getting mocked up. These last 2 rounds been far from a toss-up. I got this shit locked up, and you couldn't compete with my pen if I wrote down the shit that I cough up. What made you think you could spar with me? Go bar for bar with me? Up, down, left, right. Bitch, there ain't a code known to man you can use to cheat. I'm that motherfucking hard to beat. Let me break down my ingredients, cooking and rapping. JB's designs are graphic. Nap and Vex got the booth on lock rapping. I'm back from my spot battling. I got the whole scene asking, what the fuck just happened? Because when the sun sets and the moon rises, I'm howling, bitch. Who's to blame for allowing this? It's obvious. You don't have the heart for this. You don't respect there's an art to this. The rebirth of the scene, you don't deserve to be a part of this. That's why I'm exposing you in this gladiator pit, you son of a bitch. I'm Spartacus. Godzilla with a wolf mix. Long live the king, already know what's next. I love this shit. I live the battle. Fuck you, Stretch. Sincerely, Hardcastle. Time, motherfucker.
Hey, make some fucking
Okay.
I think it's really tough.
We're not gonna pay. Yeah, we're not gonna go there. Okay. First off, give it up for both of them. Stretch versus Hardcastle is what we just watched. Stretch versus Hardcastle, what we just watched. I like the cheat code bar from Butter Pecan, Puerto Rican. Yeah, I did too. I got that written down here. JM3 August, shout out. Great to watch the new Cats in battle rap. This is, yeah, it is. This battle is 4 years old, but it's still, I understand your point as seeing battles in other leagues, if that's what you meant to. Yeah, chat. What do you guys? Who do you have winning that? While we're making our decision, we'll see what's going on. All right, Left, you go ahead and start, and then I'll. Yeah.
And this is kind of where it comes to play. You know, like I give that round to Hardcastle because even though I think it was his best round, still, you know, no real things that hit hard for me. Just kind of really. But his performance, he was rapping, and Stretch had the stumbles, and it seemed like he probably cut his verse short. So that's the only thing that when there's that difference in my opinion, from my perspective, when there's that difference in the quality of writing, that's the only way you win around, and he did. So I give it to Stretch. I give it to Stretch 2-1, the third round to Hardcastle.
Got it. Okay. I agree that yeah, that was tough to. I was like, oh no. So, and that's generally always, you know, God damn it, you know, because you're on the third round. And you know what? I would like to hear Stretch, if you could comment what maybe just your thoughts on there on what you were feeling in that. And yeah, that'd be great. So I got this 2 stumbles. But I did put talking to him at the beginning of the round. So I wanted to, I that's what I started with, was talking to him. So even though there wasn't significant like traditional punchlines or what have you, there was a lot of conviction and direct towards his opponent. The problem, like what did he say? The calculus and trigonometry or stuff. Yeah, whatever. You don't want these problems. So that was a bar. I liked that. But overall, like you could tell that, I mean, he was losing steam, like it, and that sucks because like once you start that stumbling, it's just hard to recover. Hardcastle's third round, the early exit, Andrew Luck. I appreciated that. Wasn't anyway, I appreciated it. And then I could tell that he, you know, knew that obviously that was his round to take for sure, because of the stumbles that were there. And then I did put this, and Hardcastle's a very good friend of mine. But rewatching this, I don't even know why I prefaced with that, but there was just rapping and no payoff. It felt like to your point, Left, like it felt like, yeah, you were rapping, but there wasn't like a significant punch at the end. Like you were, I felt like he was exclamating like you know, a word as opposed to like an actual punchline. But I did put that there was a lot of conviction and very direct, and admittedly I put here kind of mid though, you know. So I mean, I just put that there. I'm not gonna
I think
mince
that's
words.
the perfect descriptive word for that. I don't think anything sums it up more than mid.
Yeah, well, I don't want to mince words. It's not yeah. But I do think that Hardcastle won 2-1. It's, like I said, in the second round is where I had him edging as well. But overall, Stretch, were you were living out in Reno at that time? Let's see that. Hold on. Stretch put in a comment here. Appreciate that. That's how I felt about the battle too. Lost in the third due to consistency, but I feel like the first two were clear wins, even just based off rhymability. Hardcastle couldn't even. I don't have the rest of it there.
Hold a true syllable rhyme scheme for
Rhyme 4 bars, yeah. Let's see. Ran a pretty good reviewed. Your SLC. So yeah, Stretch said that he had just moved to Reno 1 year prior. So yeah. I mean, either way, look, big shout out to Battleborn, big shout out to Stretch and Hardcastle. I know that Hardcastle, he just released a song with I know he did has a song out with Exhibit, but I know that he just released a song with, God damn it, someone else just recently. Anyway, he's on his music game, pretty tough right now. Stretch, we obviously hope to see you out in 2024. Also, Stretch has a new battle out that just dropped this past Monday against Random. Make sure to go run that up. That you know, is getting the looks from where you know, where it should be getting the looks from, you know, like Random, he made his debut here on Mike Masters in Salt Lake. Obviously Random has had some very impressive showings in other leagues, but we were very appreciative that he made his way down here to Salt Lake to fucking show out, egg, and that's exactly what he fucking did. I do kind of fucking bring up the maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, I guess since I just brought it up in my head about the fucking okay, so I put a discretion on the post. I was like, yeah, make sure, you know, like obviously you put a discretion at the beginning of each battle, like all the battlers, like they're, you know, whatever they wrote is of their own volition or whatever. But
got an extra disclaimer on this one.
Yeah, I had to put an extra disclaimer on this one because of the fucking.
It's topical. It was very topical.
It was, yeah. Anyway, to know what I'm talking about, go watch the battle, round 2, the whole thing, really. But yeah, it's very creative writing from both sides, and I actually think that was one of the more mirror matches that we've been able to put together. So big ups to both Stretch and to Random on that piece as well. This Monday is Christmas. This Monday is Christmas, so Merry Christmas, you guys. Wanted to say we certainly appreciate everyone that has been rocking with us, and on Christmas we're dropping Pat, Maine, and Baylor, so be on the lookout for that. And everything that you know, news getting posted from us, we're you know, keeping things moving along from the Mountain West Showdown 6 series, and then getting into our bag with the Cypher, the Volume 2, and then going into the Draft Volume 2 releases. Some of those are going to be released on the Contenders page, and then some of those will be released on the main channel. Left, really quick before we go, just because I brought it up, the Contenders page, do you think that it's Merry Christmas? He's new to the channel. JM3 August, what's good, man? Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for being new to the channel. Random said Pat, Maine was really impressive and Baylor is the man. Yeah, no, it's a great battle. It's a great battle. For the Contenders channel, I know that it's been a long time. Well, it seems like a long time because we had such a fucking incredible year. But are you stoked about how the Contenders channel is going on, and the, you know, putting some battles onto the Contenders channel as opposed to the main channel?
I think it needs to be expressed, and I think this is only for the service of the league. Like, there needs to be 2 channels because there needs to be quality control for the other channel, right? I think that's, in case people don't understand, that's the purpose of the other channel.
Thank you.
So it's no disrespect, but a lot of people, work hard. They have other opponents come out. They maybe, they maybe commit some financial, um, some of their own personal finances to bring opponent out, and then it just saturates the channel. They don't get the publicity that maybe they worked for, because maybe someone comes to check the channel and they see a battle from somebody on the tryouts that didn't prepare, came out and freestyle, and that's their representation into the league. And I think it's important that we make people work to earn, like lead. I don't know what Mike Masters' end goals are, and to how they fit into this dynamic in battle leagues, but I imagine that you want to put your best foot forward, and people got to earn their way. I know I've told Nate that some of you guys should be paying for your footage if you even want to get it. So I don't know if there's more to come on that, but I don't even think that should be a given. I think you need to, people are coming out, and not to say the last event, everybody came out, did their thing, but you have to give something. The league is giving you a platform. The league is giving you, like, professional quality footage that you can show other leagues. I think that people need to put their best foot forward as much as the league does, and we need to make sure that the battles that end up on the main channel are battles that are worthy of the quality. And I think should be some criterion for that, and people shouldn't get their feelings hurt. They should just work to do better, and that should help you bring your better game to. I think it just works in everybody's best benefit.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. Appreciate that, man. Random said, Lefty super fire, yo, you better stay outside, my man. That's what Random said.
I appreciate that. I wish I could have the showing that Random had. I mean, Stretch was great too, but that was like one of the more entertaining battles that brought me back the feel of, like I said, from this last event, like the grassroots where battle rap wasn't so saturated and people were being more true to themselves and their style.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd much rather hear somebody rap in their own style and their own voice. Not to say that these guys aren't amazing writers too, but then to try to imitate someone that they feel is one of the better rappers in that genre.
Yeah.
And that's what I entertains me a lot. And I mean, I think that kind of makes it seem like that they didn't have amazing lines too. They're both also amazing writers, which that's more what I'm a fan of. And I'm biased towards better writing, which you can see probably how I judged that last battle. But yeah, I appreciate both their performance. It was really entertaining. It was good to see. I'm excited to just be able to see that kind of great battles and great writing in my own backyard. I don't have to watch a pay-per-view or get on the plane.
Yep. No, I totally get it. Well, to your point, I think you nailed it. As far as just like quality control, and but the Contenders channel, I mean, folks are paying attention on that too. I mean, that's a good platform too. I mean, you're still getting the professional video, so it's all good, and you're still able to show your folks. People still win on that channel, so it's all good. We just want to make sure that all tiers of our league are being showcased and highlighted. So that's why we wanted to put that channel together. But the draft volume 2 will make an announcement for the release schedule here shortly. But of course, Doug, fucking always, we appreciate y'all for showing up. Big ups one more time to Pat Maine. Big ups to fucking Hoodie Jer. Thank you guys so much for riding with us tonight. Lefty, thank you so much for fucking rolling with us tonight. I appreciate it. Any parting words at all?
Shout out to everybody that tuned in live, everybody that was in the chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to these new cats that did their thing on at the last event. I was really impressed on how people showed out. I was proud. I had a newfound hope in our local talent. So I was happy to see that. And I'm just ready to watch this Mike Bailey podcast, hopefully tomorrow, or hopefully as soon as possible, so we can air this out, man. We could get it all aired out, and we can
Get it out in the open.
That last to keep all the exciting events from the last event going. No
Yeah.
violence.
No violence.
No violence.
No
But I
violence.
definitely
You said no
enjoy
violence.
I definitely enjoy the
theatrics, the pageantry.
theatrics of it, and it's organic too. It's not like it kind of all this happened. Everybody had to play their part for us to have this entertainment. So no violence. Again, emphasis on the no violence, but I enjoy these kind of, like you said, storylines that happen from this last event that add to the entertainment.
Yeah, man. I'm a big proponent of it. And yeah. So at Mike Masters 801 on everything. Thank you guys again. Salute to all you all. And see you guys next Thursday. But again, more importantly, run up the random versus stretch battle, everything on the fucking channel. I know that I've seen comments rolling through from folks that have just been like comments on old battles. So folks are going deep into the archive and going through the channel, and we appreciate that a ton. Big shout out to Stretch and Hardcastle and to Battleborn Clothing and Slasher Steve and his movement out in Reno. Also battlebornclothing.com. They have a brand, and they Mike Masters has collaborated with them in the past. We made a shirt together. So big shout out, man. It was dope. And Random, we hope to have you on the show here shortly, soon, and just chat with us, man. So salute. Thanks, Stretch, for providing some backstory as well. But as always, man, we are out. Talk soon, y'all.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays to everyone, for sure.